What is going on, guys? Welcome back to another FootieWriter Friday! Yay!
Jesus.
You're right.
Yeah, I'm good. Thanks for having me.
It's all right, no worries. Well, you guys should know how this rolls now. It is a Friday, and instead of just looking at me, which you have been for the majority of this week, which is probably not best, we get him in because, you know, he knows his stuff, doesn't he? Sometimes. Yeah, that's... Don't say that because I kind of want people to think you're reliable. That's why I use you.
Yeah, all the time.
All the time. But so we're just going to have a chat about today's transfers or potential transfers. So let's just get straight into it. Romelu Lukaku. Now, Di Marzio has said that a €60 million bid has been tabled by Chelsea. What do you think? Thoughts?
Well, I think if he's right, then the deal will be done, basically. As Chelsea have got this sort of... They will negotiate. Chelsea will negotiate with Everton. Everton have dug their feet in with a lot of their players so far. They've got John Stones, who they said they won't accept, any less than 50 million. Lukaku, who they said they won't accept any less than 60 million. And I believe them because of financial, the financial TV deal. I think that they will stick with, what they say, which I think is fair game. And I think it's going to happen a lot more now, which will inevitably drive prices up. £60 million they want. We're at €60 million if Di Marzio's right. Now, Jose Mourinho obviously didn't play him the first time around, but somebody at the club liked Lukaku. They said, do you know what, we're going to buy him. It wasn't all Mourinho's decision, and it would have come, there would have been people that made the decision.
Well, he came in under the Andre Villas-Boas rule, didn't he? And I think the thing for Lukaku is I just think it was unfortunate timing.
Yeah.
Because I think if I'm honest, Mourinho wanted to keep him.
Yeah.
And it's just a case of he wanted first team minutes every single week, and you couldn't offer that.
Sorry, that's what I meant. Yeah.
Yeah.
He didn't basically want to play in first team, but he did need first team experience, which is why he went to a club like Everton, which was the right move for him, which is quite surprising because he sort of gave me the impression that he thought he was good enough for the top level today, as it were, and he went to Everton and he proved his worth there, and now he's clearly ready for a top team.
Well, yeah, there's that as well, but when we brought in Diego Costa, everyone knew that was the end. I mean, I knew it straight away.
Yeah.
Because he didn't want to play second fiddle, so he went there, £28 million. What you're saying about players like John Stones, where they would accept nothing less than 50 million, they wanted more. So every time they said, we'll accept 40 million, we tabled 40.
Yeah.
They said no. So it's a case of what worries me is how I think this deal's a non-mover personally, and I also don't think he's worth it, because if you looked at his performance in the Euros.
Yeah, I agree with that, but he would be playing with a Belgian core around him.
Yeah.
It may also help keep Hazard. Don't think he's moving this summer, but maybe next summer. Obviously Batshuayi, and we've got Courtois as well. Courtois is obviously rumoured to be leaving. I think given that Belgian core, like we had the Brazilian core, might help players stay because they feel like they're at home.
Got that little clique.
Yes.
Yeah.
Do you know what? I think £60 million in this market for a player of that quality, yeah, he didn't perform on the European stage internationally. I think it might be worth it. I don't think it will happen, but I think it might be worth it in terms of value for money. If we're looking at players like Pogba for 100 million, who's clearly better, but is he £40 million worth of player better?
No, I wouldn't even say he's 30 at the minute personally. Because what I feel for me is I feel the Euros or any international tournament is a shop window.
Yeah.
And you've got to use it. Pogba, in my opinion, didn't use it.
Yeah.
And to say he should be in the team in the tournament, I feel is ludicrous personally, because he barely performed until the back end of it.
Yeah.
And to hear me talk more about that, check out the Peep Talk UK podcast, because I was on that. I'll leave a link in the description. Yeah. He's not you need to use those shop windows. And that's why I'm there going, if I was a manager, I'd go, €60 million, are you sure, mate? I'd be sitting there going, yeah, thanks.
The one thing with this is, though, we've done all our scouting work on him. He's passed all of the sort of, everyone saying, do you know what, he's good enough for Chelsea. Yes, he came here and he didn't perform, but he didn't get the chance.
What do you guys think? Do you think that he's worth it? Or are you sort of on the fence with me going, you're not too sure? or is he definitely not worth it at all? There will be a poll in one of the corners. I don't know which side it'll be, but there will be a poll and you can vote there. Our second story for today is Mr. Alvaro Morata, and according to a source, he's keen for a move, Christian.
Right, so I have a huge bone to pick with this.
Go on then.
Right, so the source, I'm not 100% sure who it was, but they were saying that Conte was talking to him on a daily basis, assuring him of his move and his place. Well, that's tapping up for a start. A player can't talk to another player and say to them, you're going to start if you come over. And I don't believe it anyway. How much time does our manager have that he can ring up a player every day, as this thing was saying? Now, I heard personally that a new contract has been tabled by Real Madrid to stop it, essentially. Obviously, Real Madrid brought him back and he's got a clause in his contract that he can go for about £65 million. Is he worth it? It's a bit like Lukaku again. Obviously, he doesn't have Premier League experience, Morata, but you could argue that he's possibly more suited to playing with Costa if Costa stays. And obviously, he's got that Spanish connection.
Personally, I'd rather have Morata ahead of Lukaku.
Yeah, I would as well.
But the thing is, like you're saying, this story has just been going on for ages. And it just hasn't gone anywhere.
Yeah.
And that's why I'm feeling that's a non-mover as well.
But by the same extent, when a story sticks around, there's usually some substance to it.
Yeah.
Because you get various different people picking it up. But I honestly think that he will sign a new deal and that this is all a ploy to run up a new contract in Madrid.
Yeah, he has got an affiliation with them, hasn't he?
He does, yeah.
Because it's the childhood club thing.
Yeah.
He came through the youth system, I believe he did, didn't he?
Yes.
So, you know, he's got a big affiliation with Real Madrid. Morata, non-mover, or is there potential there? Let us know down in the comments and in a poll over here. Our third story is one you hear every single summer.
Yep.
I'm just going to let you say it because, you know, you talk about it every single summer.
Yeah, Cavani. Well, this doesn't make any sense whatsoever, right? With the loss of Ibrahimovic, Cavani's finally got his chance to step in and shine. Now, obviously, he was playing. That wasn't an issue. But there was always this rumour that he was having a back and forth with Ibrahimovic, that he wanted to be the main guy, that he was younger and more passionate. And that didn't come across well with PSG fans. Now, 50 million euros, I can't even see PSG accepting it. I don't think he's pushing for a move. I think he's happy where he is. I'm surprised other teams haven't been linked with him, actually. You know, with Arsenal and Higuain, Arsenal usually get chucked into the mix. I'm pretty sure a foreign paper would have linked Arsenal and Cavani, probably L'Equipe or Le Parisien or Le Ten Sport. That was a butchering of the French language there.
L'Equipe, Le Parisien, what was it?
Le Ten Sport.
Le Ten Sport.
Yeah, so I think extremely unlikely. If we're looking at Lukaku, Morata and Cavani's well out in third in terms of the possibility of it happening.
Yeah, that's exactly what I think. Although I kind of really want him, but you know,
why?
I just every time someone mentions Cavani, I just think of him in a Napoli shirt when he was playing us and how dangerous he was.
Yeah.
And I think about, even though he wasn't the main man, how dangerous he was for PSG against us. Yeah. He just has that aura.
I do get what you mean. When he was on the team sheet, I thought, Cavani, good player, strong, solid. He does give you that fear, like you were saying. So yeah, I can see why, but I don't. It's happened for a long time. As I say, before on Morata and Lukaku, if they've been consistently linked, there's usually an element of truth to it. But it's probably no more than just sort of passing interest, scouted a couple of times, and probably go nowhere. Yeah,
there you go then. Well, that's all the potential ins. If we move on to the outs, this is one where I really want to have a rant, and you probably will as well. Borussia Mönchengladbach have said that a deal for Christensen could happen because, and I've got the quote here, Chelsea contact is very, very close. What the hell does that mean? We turned down, I believe it was 16.25 million. Mm-hmm. I just would personally go and turn down literally every single price tag that was thrown at us, because he should be back at Chelsea now, because we're all saying we want a centre back. Yeah. There's your voted best young player in the Bundesliga last season, wasn't he?
Yeah.
So, if he's there, and we've got all these players and we're just stockpiling them, and he's one of them who should really be pushing for a first team place at Chelsea.
Yeah, I think he's. I can't pick him up enough when I think he's a natural replacement to John Terry.
Ooh, that's a big shout.
And a replacement, not a.
Oh yeah, obviously.
He'll be like John
He's
Terry.
not going to be John Terry, but that's
Yeah,
big.
it is, and I agree with you. I think we should turn down every offer that they throw at us. There's a reason that they're offering in the middle of a loan deal, because they want to get him, because they know how good he is. Obviously, they have Thorgan Hazard as well, and they're trying to take all of our young players. I'm not. It's the type of player that Chelsea will sell if the offer is good enough.
Let's just go through a list.
God,
One of them, Romelu Lukaku, Kevin De Bruyne, Juan Mata, Andre Schürrle, Thorgan Hazard as well. But yeah, I mean, you're right. He is the sort of player that we'd sell. Then a year down the line, when he wins the Ballon d'Or, we'll be there going, "Why do we sell him? Why do we sell him?"
Honestly, I think we should run out his loan deal. I think the loan deal should have been a season, but it's 2. Let him play next season at Mönchengladbach. Settle it and say we're not selling him. Bring him back. Get him in a pre-season under possibly a coach in John Terry.
Yeah.
Maybe a last season in John Terry next season, and get him working with the team and get him in and play him at centre back. Zuma and Christensen at centre back.
That's 10 years.
But it doesn't sound like a lot at the moment, but it's 10 years. They could stay around for 10 years. They're quick, they're strong, they're powerful, they're tall.
They're the modern centre half.
They are the modern centre half without all of the tick-attacker John Stones rubbish, which I don't agree with. But they are the modern centre half. I love the idea of Zuma and Christensen starting from next season. I love it.
I agree with that. So, do you agree with us, Zuma and Christensen? Should we run down the loan deal? Should we sell? What do you guys think? Let us know. I think we all know where we're stood on that, and I think you will be the same as us. But the final deal, and I'm very happy about this one. Matic.
Not again.
Again.
Last time was a bloodbath in the comments.
Yeah, well, people know where I stand on that. And let me explain why I stand on it like that. So, a season ago, or 18 months ago, you would look at Nemanja Matic and you would go, what a player.
Yeah.
Potentially the best holding midfielder in Europe.
Yeah. Well,
potentially.
top 5.
Oh, yeah, that's why I said
Yeah.
one of the best.
Yeah.
So, you know what I mean. You go into the season where Leicester won the league. I'm going to name it like that now because this is the weird period. And just disappeared.
Yes, but so did the rest of the Chelsea team.
I know they did, but he was
Yeah, you're right.
the biggest flop, in my opinion. And for me, and the way I've seen Antonio Conte likes to play, obviously it's not going to be an overnight transition.
Mm-hmm.
But if someone came to us and said, here's 20 million for Matic, I'd consider it. If it was Juventus, which is what is rumoured to come to us, 20 million euros for Matic. Who have you got available that we could potentially use and in a swap deal for this?
Yeah.
In a dream world, Bonucci, and go 30 million plus Matic. In a dream world.
Right. Swap deals that never work. They never work. Look, I get what you're saying. Matic was one of the players that went disappearing the most. But because we were getting so bombarded defensively and we were conceding goals, defensive midfield was always going to be a position that was coming under scrutiny. With N'Golo Kante coming in, you now have to look to see if Conte is going to play 2 holding midfielders or 1. If he's playing 1, I think we should sell Matic because I think Mikel is an instant backup.
Yeah, I agree.
And he's happy to do it because he's done it for the last several years. I think we should sell Matic. I think he would be surplus to requirements. If we play 2 defensive midfielders, I think we should give him another shot.
I see where you're coming from there.
He's had one awful season.
So yeah, I know, but
he's had one great season.
If he's awful again in January, like we were talking about previously, the whole we can just sell a player because we're not in Champions League and they're not going to be cup tied. This is where it comes in. We come into our own.
Yeah.
Like this is there was always going to be a season where it was a transition.
Yeah.
You could see it was going to happen. And hindsight is a beautiful thing.
Yeah.
And always being on top, as it were. You could see that we were starting to falter when John Terry
it shouldn't have been
did
as
their
bad
job.
as it was, though. We shouldn't have finished 10th.
Oh no, obviously.
Yeah.
But you could see we were starting to falter. But then that was just a snap,
Yeah.
and it just fell.
Yeah.
It was like a lift just falling down. Yeah. It was shocking. But I think it's something we could potentially look at. It's my opinion, and I know you get slaughtered on the internet for having an opinion. But instead of just slaughtering me and just saying nasty stuff,
say why.
Yeah,
why?
Exactly. Say why. Have a debate with us. Have a conversation rather than go, you don't know anything, mate. It's like I think I know a little bit.
Say why. Say why.
Yeah, pretty much. Let's have a chat about it down in the comments.
I understand your reasoning for it. I wouldn't come out and call you all sorts of names. You presented your point well, and I've seen it. I don't agree with it.
Well,
that's
it. It's opinions. That's what it's all about. This is what this is all about. This is your channel as much as it is ours. Share your opinions. Talk to us about it. But that has been it for FootieWriter Friday. Please like and subscribe to 100% Chelsea. Leave all your comments down there. Basically, we need to have a debate about it. Go follow all the social media links: Facebook, Snapchat, Twitter, Instagram. 500, please. We're really close. Let's hit 500 within the next few days, and then we're going to keep this rolling because this is your channel as much as it is ours. Let's get this content going. So that has been it. I will see you guys in the very, very near future. I'm going on holiday, so I'm going to leave you in the capable hands of FootieWriter and Sammy for the next week. So basically, enjoy your time with them. I'm off. Ta-ra. See you later.
He's off now.
Yep. Bye. Hello and welcome to a special edition of the Transfer Show here on 100% Chelsea. I'm joined by FootieWriter.